Hi guys, so we're going to be doing test review day 3. I will say I think that the day 1 and day 2 reviews were the longest. So days 3 and 4 should be not quite as long. You've done the majority of the work, so good job. So you can see on today's there's only 4 slides, 2 different problems. So I'm going to do slide number 1. The directions say write a question for the given information, then write an equation and solve. So this is a story problem. It has information here, but no question at the end. So we're going to read this information and write our own question. It says there were 123 kids at the park on Sunday. There were 212 kids at the park on Monday. So what could our question be at the end of this story problem? There's not just one right answer to this. I could compare the two and say, how many more kids were at the park on Monday than on Sunday? Or I could put all the kids together and say, how many kids were at the park total on Sunday and Monday? I think I'll do that one. So I'm going to write, how many kids were at the park on Sunday and Monday? I'm going to use the word all together. Question mark at the end. Then here I have to write an equation to solve that. So if I'm taking the Sunday kids and the Monday kids and putting them together, that's adding. They're not equal groups of kids. They're 2 different groups. So I need to just add them up. So for my equation, I'm going to write 123 kids from Sunday plus 212 kids from Monday equals, and then I need to add them up. For this part, you will probably need paper and pencil to figure it out. I have already solved it, and I got 335. Then my solution goes down here as well, 335 kids. The question was how many kids, so my label is kids. Up here on your equation, you could also just use a variable. 123 plus 212 equals K. K for kids. And then your answer can go down here where it says solution. All right, so you're going to try that on slide 2. Your information is the shelter has 205 dogs and 194 cats. So what question could you ask based on that? And then you're going to write an equation and solve it. All right, your other job today is to do this problem. The first part says write yes or no to tell whether the equations are square numbers. You have to remember what square numbers are. Square numbers are where if we draw them, it would make a square, like a 5 by 5. Remember, square means all the sides are the same. So a 4 by 4 or a 15 by 15. Okay, those would make square numbers. The square numbers are actually the answers to those problems. Like a 2 by 2 is 2 times 2. So the square number is the answer of 4. So this is a square number because it's a 2 by 2. These two numbers are the same. They're both 2s. So that's going to be yes. Let's look at this one. 6 times 6. Those two numbers are the same. So yes, that's also a square number. 36 is a square number. The next one, 9 times 9. Those numbers are the same. So yes, 81 is also a square number. How about this one, 3 times 5? That one is not a square number. That's going to be a no. If I drew that, the side lengths would not be the same. One would be 3, one would be 5, which would be longer. It's not a square. How about the next one? 5 times 5, or 5 by 5. Yes. 25 is a square number because 5 and 5 are the same. And finally, a 7 times 8, a 7 by 8. No, that's not a square. They are not equal sides. 56 is not a square number. Then down here it says, label the picture using one of the equations you chose. Explain why it is a square number. So here I have a picture of a square, this gray square. I'm going to choose any of my equations from up here that were squares and fill in these labels. I think I'll do 6 by 6. So I'm going to label this side length 6. We don't know if it's centimeters, inches, miles, yards. We don't know what the unit is, so we can just put units. Now, if this is a square and this side is 6, then this side also has to be 6 units because it's a square. All sides have to be the same. So you're going to label it. You don't have to use 6. You can use a different number, but make sure your side lengths are the same. Over here, remember we were supposed to explain why it is a square number. So why is it a square number? Let's see, 6 times 6 was 36. So I could say 36 is a square number because, I think I spelled that wrong. The side lengths are all equal. So you're going to explain here why your number is a square number, because the sides are all equal. So you're going to do that on slide 4. Good luck. Let me know what you need help with.